Hey everyone, welcome back to site for another update video. So as you can see around me here, the archaeological contractor has been and gone now. Dotted throughout this area, there are a few holes, and that's essentially the biggest area of interest. Now, they expected to find some 14th and 5th century fragmented matter here. I think they found a few elements, but actually they found way less than they initially anticipated, which is good on one hand, because obviously it means, you know, there's nothing here that's causing us any further problems, but also slightly frustrating because we've spent a lot of money to apparently find all this stuff that wasn't even here. Last week we also had a meeting here with the valuer from the bank, and essentially that is to value the debt that we're getting, to make sure that the numbers we've put to the bank in terms of bill costs, resale, everything like that stack up to the margins that we put towards them, and that's the numbers that all the lending is based off of. We also had a meeting last week at our employers agents Phil's office in Stratford, where it was Greenways, our M&E consultant, as well as a school friend of mine. He and his company specialise in air source heat pumps, and basically we were just sort of thrashing out a few ideas as to what is the most appropriate air source heat pump unit. Once we leave site here today, we are heading about half an hour away, closer to Cambridge, to a site that is being done by one of the two contractors that we're in final stage conversations with. Basically, the first part of meeting them is obviously to see the site, walk around some of the houses, see the quality of their work, get to know the guys there to see whether or not we think, you know, we could work with them for 12, 14 months. And then the second part of that will be a conversation around basically the numbers on the site. So the contract sum that we're going to agree, where we can compromise, where we might want to increase, spend a bit more budget, basically to make sure, one, we're at the right price, and two, we're getting the best value for that money. And hopefully we'll be able to show you some of that meeting. We may not, because obviously it is another developer site, but we'll see.
But yes, yeah, we've got a good little team in the office.
So where we're at the moment is obviously, as I said to you earlier, Nick, we've got two contractors that we're talking to at the moment. Obviously, from an ability, experience point of view, very, very similar. We're now looking at, right, okay, this is where the tenders have come back. We need to help the appraisal. I think coming up with a shopping list of potential savings would be great, because then at least we can then sit down with Rosie and Tyler and say, right, where are we going with this?
Yes.
Where are you absolutely, what is sacrosanct? This is not going to change. Let's leave that on the table.
Yes.
On one side. Where else can we target the savings? But the other thing is, we've got to try and maintain the value and increase the value if we can. At the same time, which is always a tricky
balance act, isn't it? Yes, it is.
But obviously, with the summer holiday period looming, we'd obviously need to be quite quick in terms of getting prices agreed.
If it means starting 2 weeks later, but feel like we've gone through everything.
Make sure we're ready. Yeah, you don't want to be starting where there's still things pending.
Yeah, 2 weeks delay now, I think, would save money in the long run, if that makes sense. So yes, I would like September, but equally it's about getting the right thing, essentially. But if we could get someone with a letter of intent as quick as possible, then we can work together collectively to get going on site. And that's sort of my goal, is get to letter of intent as quick as possible, and then obviously beyond that we'll sort contracts and everything.
A good time to start September. You're just before the winter.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to get that road in whilst before it gets too wet.
Yeah.
Get the drains in, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the ideal situation, is that we're starting, as you say, before the weather comes, and we've got that road in, we've got the drainage.
Yeah.
So we've got a nice site to work on.
Bricks. You say, are bricks chosen as yet?
Bricks aren't chosen, and that was one area I identified possible savings in the costings you sent over. What was it, 725, 1,000? I haven't picked a brick. I'd be interested to know what that pinky, like red blend that was up at the top in the first house we went to.
Up in here?
Yeah. That's a really nice brick, because that's sort of the colour we're going for. Is sort of like it'd probably be a red multi, but on the pink, something similar. We're not, you know, it's...
At the end of the day, if it's 400, 1,000, let's just say, if it's 400, 1,000, there's a long lead in, well, the letter of intent can be, and we want you to place the order for the bricks now, so that when, by the time we've actually got to that point where we need them, the order's already in and we're just waiting for it. I was, just playing the QS card there. No, I suppose the point I was making. If it
Well,
was
you say, I thought maybe you could say you're playing the Joker card. £400, 1,000 for bricks.
so,
What we need to do, we need to get that order placed, because there will be a long leading time probably. And securing the quantity that you need. Probably getting it on site as well.
I would rather compromise on specification than areas of quality.
Yes.
If that makes sense. Because you can build with a lower specification, but as long as the quality's there. So even if it's, like, say, reduce the amount of external walls, like the fencing type walls, because they just make the site look nice. I'd rather get rid of every one of them before compromising on quality within the actual fabric of the house. Having walked around, very impressed, love the quality, completely comfortable there.
Yeah, so the drainage and external work scheme, we'll get those out, get you guys looking at it. And then I think what we then need to do is, in tandem with that, start to look at this shopping list to see where we can trim some of the costs but maintain the value. We're at the point where it's not going to be one or two items, big saving, off we go. No. It's going to be lots of little things, maybe 20, 30 grand at the most. To then realise the savings.
Just where we can get to.
Exactly.
But so I think nothing's off the table. I'm happy with everything I've seen here today. One concern I've got with the site at the minute is they are quite similar, all of the house types, which I'm not a massive fan of. Whereas if we actually changed it so that one house type had like soldier course, whereas one had the stonework, it's a variation. So it actually visually is a variation, but it's also cost saving.
And then we'll look at the slabs. Then you think that is an option, definitely, to changing the permeable.
I can't see, even if we've got to put, like I say, an extra little drainage something in, I can't see it being a no.
I mean, we've got £300,000 worth of provisional sums, so let's try and chip away at some of those now, so that we can see exactly what's saved. Even if we are saying, actually, we can reduce the kitchens from 140 to 110.
Do you find people want like a branded kitchen? I know sometimes, like where we are, like Stratford, Warwickshire, they want like a German branded kitchen. Even though I know full well it doesn't mean it's better. But do you find people care? No, they just want a nice looking kitchen.
Nice looking kitchen. All I just see is the front.
We had spec'd, and again, this was sort of like a wish list item, like a glazed one between the kitchen and the hallway. But again, that's like a wish list. But there's not that many of those doors.
Well, there's only one in each property, wasn't there? There was only the Type A and Type Bs that have got them in anyway. So
it's 12 of those. But they are, I believe, they'd have to be a fire rated glazed door, which makes it a bit more expensive. To spend a little extra does have a good impact because you see it and it lets the light through, and I like light.
Roof tiles?
I'm thinking like a plain, quite...
Not specified, actually.
A plain tile?
Obviously, there's going to be like curving details that's like almost doubling up. Could we merge them to...
Yes, and then what you could just do, if it is going to be a brick weave or a slab or something, we could just put like a different colour.
I think there's plenty of scope within the scheme itself to generate the savings we're looking for. I think it's just a case we've just got to go through it. And as Rosie says, that's everything. But actually now let's try and work
you've priced on literally...
Like everything Rosie wants, except the price.
Unfortunately. We've had this conversation, we can get to a price, I believe.
Good. No, well, we're more than happy to go away now and work on that. I think that's nice to see, isn't it? Different things, and you get ideas, and I think even, as you say, like going from the glass balustrade to the timber, and how no difference.
No difference. And like I say, it's obviously if you did show someone the glass, they go, well, I want the glass. But it's like, well, no, might be £3,000 more, and they're like, I don't want to spend £3,000 for it.
That's good then. I think we've got a plan then.
We have a plan.
As I said, I don't think you're going to get any more of an efficient scheme than that. That is well designed, isn't it? In a good position. I think it's important really to get going on it, so you don't want to be delayed, do you? Wait until November, December, things change, the market changes, and let's get going. We're very keen on it. So that'd be one that we would really like to have a have a go at, and I think we've worked well.
You have to deal with me on site quite a lot.
Yeah.
Not poking my nose in, I just find it interesting.
No, I think
Camper run through a reason, you know.
Yeah, you've got site security is what I'm saying. I'll be living there.
Well, thanks for your time today.
Yeah, really appreciate it.
Yeah.
See what you can do, and it's a nice site.
Brilliant, thank you very much.
Yeah, good to meet you.
So we've just had a look around the site here. It's about half hour from our project, and it's with one of the contractors that we're at the final stages of tender with. I just came to have a look at the quality and everything really, and I've got to say, if we built to the standard that we saw here today, I'd be super proud of our first project. This is not only with the quality of the build, but the design, everything that the developer has done, one of the nicest new build sites I've been to in a very, very long time. So yeah, couldn't have more confidence in this contractor now. So the next stages with them is to fine-tune the pricing a little bit, agree a contract sum, issue a letter of intent, and then move forward to appointing them with a view of starting on site late summer this year.